Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Cooking Ain't Complicated. My name's Chef Saint, thank you for joining me. And today we're going to be making a typical Thai street food called basil chicken. They call it holy basil chicken because the Thai basil is actually referred to as holy basil. But we have a lot of that here. It was very hard to find in Washington State. But we're going to do a basil chicken with some garlic, some peppers. It's going to be amazing. I hope you stick around. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first step we're going to go through here is we're going to make our sauce. Now what the sauce consists of is oyster sauce. You can get that at any market. Nice thick consistency. Use a little rubber spatula, get it all up out of there. Like that. Salty. We got a fish sauce. Throw that in there. That's a lot thinner. Fish sauce again, easily you can find in any market. And then soy sauce. You want to get those all mixed together in your bowl. There you go. And then we're going to put in about a tablespoon each of white sugar and brown sugar. Now what they actually want, what they use in the Thai culture is coconut sugar, but that's really hard to find. So we're going with the closest approximation. It does alright. So then whisk that together until the sugar's nice and incorporated. And then we're going to hit it with about half a cup to a cup of chicken broth, not stock, broth. Throw that in there. Whisk it together. About like that. It's the smallest whisk I own. And there you go. That will come into play next. Alright, so the next step involves cooking the chicken. What we're going to do, we're going to cook it in peanut oil. Get your pan nice and hot, about 350 degrees if you can do it. You don't want to burn. Peanut oil has a lower smoke point, so you want to be a bit careful with that. But then all you want to do is, we got chicken thigh, and we chopped it up to a nice rough consistency. We don't want it to be like ground chicken, but we don't want it to be whole chunks either. So you can see I got a very nice rough chop on that. We're just going to add that to a pan. And you don't want to do too much at once. One layer will do. And what you're looking for is a nice even color on both sides. It doesn't have to be super dark yet. That's what the sauce is going to accomplish. Because when that sauce hits the chicken, it's going to caramelize a bit. The sugars are going to burn a bit and cause the chicken to have a darker, deeper color. And that's what you're looking for. So right now all you're really trying to do is make sure the chicken is thoroughly cooked all the way through. So about like that. Then we're going to add some of our sauce that we made. Not the whole thing. Lord no, we don't need all that. And it's going to stop the simmering process, and that's okay. You want it to build back up that heat, and it'll start bubbling and smoking away on its own here in just a minute, and it'll really start affecting the way that chicken looks. We're going to let that simmer for a second, let that caramelization process begin. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce my favorite ingredients, garlic. Once again, in this house, we don't measure garlic. Put in, yeah, like that. We got some shallots. Special minced shallot there. You don't have to use shallot. You can use red onion if you prefer. And then we got this nice pepper combination. I use jalapeno, as you can see here. Break that up a little more. Now this pepper has no name. It just said pepper. I know it's got a name. If anyone's got an idea what it's called, let me know. Look like a jalapeno. Lovely little pale yellow color. Throw some of those in there. And then one of my favorites, the Fresno. Adds a bit of heat and also that vibrant color that I'm looking for. So we'll throw those in there. Don't wipe your eyes. Very bad idea. Stir those in, incorporate that in with the mixture. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up to 400 degrees, which is about your medium high to high. We're going to let that incorporate with the chicken and the sauce. Work its way in flavor-wise. You want that to be on a pretty high heat so it caramelizes with the chicken. I'm going to add just a bit more sugar just to get really thick caramelization going on. I really want it to stick. So we're going to add just a bit more. And you can do this to taste. This is all to your preference. Like everything we make on this show. If you like it, add it. If you don't like it, don't use it. Simple, simple, simple. Cooking is not complicated. Unless you're talking about baking, but that's another episode. Baking is rocket science. Now look at the thickness on this. Really starting to get nice and syrupy, which is what we're looking for. At this point you want to make sure you've got your side item, your accompaniment cooking along as well. For me it's going to be jasmine rice. Just make sure you've got that going. Now that it's almost all the way complete, what we want to do, the main ingredient, the star if you will, holy basil, or nice Thai basil. Some people prefer to chop it up. I don't. I want that just to live in infamy how it looks. Get in there, don't you go in there. It's got a nice reddish color, if you can see that. To complement the green, it's got a very spicy aroma. I love it. And don't worry if it looks like it's overcrowding the pan, because like spinach, basil wilts in the heat. So it's going to sink in there and get to be more incorporated as it cooks in. And it's going to capture that bright, vibrant green color that I like. And just for those of you who like the education factor, I will put the proper Thai pronunciation in the description, but I ain't saying it. I can't, I tried. And as always, you want to try as you go. So we're going to give this a little bit of a taster here. Have a good representative sample. That's That's fantastic. Alright, next up, the finished product. Now comes my favorite part, the plating. All I've got, as you can see, I've got the regular rice, jasmine. We take this, and we get a nice healthy scoop of our chicken and basil. Put it right there. Just like that. And guys, if you could smell this, oh, incredible. Now you're asking yourself, why, Chef Saint, do you have two pans? Well, let me explain to you, my friends, once I get this on here. As I said before, this is a traditional Thai street food, and you can order it one of two ways. You get the food itself, just like this, or what they do in some areas is they add the introduction of a fried egg to the top of it. So what you can do is you just put a nice yolky fried egg right on the top of it, ever so carefully. And that way, when you crack into that, you get the smoothness of that egg yolk just all up into the rice, incorporates into the chicken. It's going to be beautiful. But you know me, I can't leave well enough alone. We're going to make it a little bit pretty. What we're going to do now, we're going to add a little dish that I kind of whipped up on a whim. Fried garlic chips. Just throw a little bit on top. You hear the crunch of those? It's just fried in peanut oil. It's so easy. They're very crunchy. Very good. And a couple little green onions on top. And there you have it, guys. Thai basil chicken. Holy basil chicken. It's ridiculously easy. Very, very tasty. I think you'll love it. I want to thank you guys for coming back with me again. Stick around next week. We have another adventure. Remember what I always say. Food is an art form. You just get to eat it.